This is Unity, Joy of Life. I'm Nancy Norman, and this is your weekly wisdom. Well, we have been studying this magnificent book called Open Your Mind to Prosperity by Catherine Ponder. Catherine Ponder is a magnificent author. She is so clear about the principles of life and how to be successful, how to prosper, how to live a healthy, happy, successful life. She's written a number of books on prosperity and an equal number of books about health and wholeness. She's fabulous as far as teaching the principles of life. So we have been studying this particular book, and what she says, and I believe, is that you and I can have anything and everything that we desire in life. That's right. You and I can have anything that we desire in life. We have to be clear about what it is. There are three basic ways in which we may create our prosperity mentally first. We create our prosperity mentally first. First in writing, then in pictures, and then in words. Then in words. In writing, we have to be clear about what we want and then write it down. Now, some people think, oh, why do I have to write it down? I'll remember it. Well, I want to just share with you that Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was an early metaphysician, a brilliant woman, she's created a system on how to prosper, how to be healthy, how to be happy, to create the desires that we want in our lives. And one of the first things she says is you have to know what you want, and then you have to write it down. Know what you want, and then write it down. She had a saying, there's good for you, and you ought to have it. And then you have to state your good. State your good out loud and write it down. Now, what is your good? What is it you want to experience? Now, Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis, who is a student of the works of Emma Curtis Hopkins, she's a minister of the Center for Spiritual Living in Seattle, Washington, has kicked it up a notch. And she says, there's greater good for me, and I ought to have it. There's greater good for me, and I ought to have it. And my greater good is. State what that good is. And then, as Emma Curtis Hopkins says, write it down. Write it down. So, I want to share with you something from the book, Open Your Mind to Prosperity. And it's from Catherine Ponder. She says, your definite written words dissolve all obstacles and barriers on the visible and invisible planes of life. Your written words go out into the ethers of the universe to work through people, circumstances, and events to open the way for your desired good to come to pass. Write, know what your good is, and then write it down. Remembering when you do this, that the Bible tells us it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. God wants to supply us with everything we need, want, or desire. I have a personal affirmation, and that is, it is the Father's good pleasure to give me the kingdom. And it is my good pleasure to receive it. It is the Father's good pleasure to give me the kingdom, and it is my good pleasure to receive it. So the desires that we have, those desires are God trying to give us greater good. And we need to open our minds and our hearts to receive that greater good. Now, so we state our desired greater good. We write it down. We state it, and we state it loud and clear. Don't be shy about it. State what you really want, not what somebody else wants or maybe what you think you can have. State what you really want, because that's what God wants for you. It is said that for every 15 minutes of spiritual study, we should spend 5 minutes of speaking affirmations out loud and clear. Don't be shy. It is the spoken word of abundance that brings it to us. Now, next week, we're going to cover some more of this idea of speaking the word of desire out loud, with confidence, with poise, with conviction. We're going to be talking more about it. But this week, I just want to leave you with several affirmations that you might find helpful in speaking the words of prosperity for yourself. Catherine Ponder has an affirmation that I've used for years, and I love it. I have a large, steady, dependable, permanent financial income now. That says it all. I have a large, steady, dependable, permanent financial income now. And here's one that it's an old Unity one that I was brought up with, and I still say it. God is my instant, constant, abundant, unlimited supply. There is nothing that is beyond God. And finally, one that I heard just recently, and I thought, I like that one. I think I'm going to start saying that loudly and clearly. Everything is always working out for my highest and greatest good. No matter what it may seem like, everything is always working out for my highest and greatest good. I trust that, and I give thanks for it. So have a happy week. Know what your good is, and then state it loud and clear. Oh, don't forget to write it down first. God bless you, and next week we'll have more about the spoken word and prosperity. Have a great week.